Fantinyan Kumasi in the Central Region is home to the one-time popular witch doctor Professor Hindu. From the 1960s, Professor Hindu became popular for his ability to kill and wake, meaning through some powers he was able to kill a man and bring him back to life. In many instances, the victims were revived after apparently spending days and nights buried in the ground. Professor Hindu claims he has killed and resurrected more than 500 people in the course of his practice. He says it was only one person he could not resurrect.
Yenshada nyi ni semetumi ekunipa na misua koduru baabi a mankosua mfiri obia ho misua koduru efe nipa mikuna me twent afiso ma me twent afiso abonbor ne de ato ho ni funu da ho nipa ne da baabi na ni tinsu da baabi na nkrofo tues ka kohwe di nansa ni ebenya na me kanya me asema ne ti na ankasa ko na kosi anim abra mikum nipa wan so bie motakrade front page. Is it Professor Hindu? And I work with you, sorry. Consider on Cornwall Juma broadcast. Was I didn't Hindu one for Boan and Wadinipa. Now, dear, I'm yesterday, Dana. Me couldn't depend on the name of my person. No, you know. And the Yaba.
He was popular and toured many towns and cities. On 13th December 1967, he could not revive a man he killed during his magical show and was charged for manslaughter. He said to prove his innocence, he again killed another man and raised him after 11 days. He was pronounced not guilty and permitted to continue with his profession. Professor Hindu said he toured almost every part of the world. He has good memories of France, Holland, India, Belgium, UK, and some African countries. In one of the UK newspapers, he was described as the world's #1 mysterious man.
Professor Hindu killed a person, the sweater, and said the many did not believe it. But another day, he killed another person to bury him in the African share in Lagos. Many of crowd who came to see another Jesus. Professor Kwaku Adey, one man's show, that's Africa should be proud.
He is also credited with what became known as Hindu time. It is simply the ability to synchronize the time of all the people within his reach.
Special time. No nipanesia yamata mo hwe ni ma me ma no na me ba because abosi obi a hwe no watch na sanity no a Hindu special time.
He was born Kwekwedai to Openyin Kwabenenyan and Obapen Abena Amwakwa at Asin Kumasi in August 1935. He attended Achim Oda Government Primary and Middle School. After completing basic education, he learned tailoring as his profession. After some years of practicing his profession, he realized that magical performances were more lucrative than his chosen profession of tailoring. So, he abandoned the idea and concentrated on magical performances. The immense wealth that accompanied his magical prowess was evident. In the 1960s, Professor Hindu's house at Fantinyan Kumasi attracted a lot of attention because it was huge and the most beautiful. Though years of neglect and lack of maintenance has eroded its beauty, it is undoubtedly still the largest in the community.
Paris, London, Belgium say Eko on a ground market. Belgium, Holland, Amsterdam. Chrono Nyane felano coachings Paris. Now me Hotel de Casino. Sabrina Topos Hotel in Paris, Hotel de Casino. London. Now Hotel de Resta, Trafalgar Square, London. The time grow be Felana na bomb hoka.
According to Professor Hindu, he realized he had some powers at age 7 when he first performed an eye-raising act. He said people wondered the source of his powers and attributed it to a Hindu parentage. He said he earned his name from performing wonders. The professor is well versed in the Bible and claims to be manifesting the power of God. He said he is able to cure all kinds of diseases and medical conditions, including barrenness, impotence, leprosy, among others, and has assisted people in diverse ways.
Bible nso de obi aka onim de wono bisa me kotu a kire no ze mesua uralidin ase Johan tie do no ba konchima do no nan wose we ni osue ni oji class ho adanse na dance ye ni ye nokre na class nyoma bebre ho a oye ya ye ho so etum je ho dance ye ka se atwiro nyama kuma ko ankan sin wiase nke buku bia ni wiase bekum ma ho adwuma ni awie ma nya mfi be aduma kyade keke amina ya che me kwa. One
person who patronized Professor Hindu was Fela Anikulapo Kuti, often called Africa's Bob Marley. He is alleged to have turned down $1 million deal with an American record label on Hindu's advice. The Ghanaian magician offered Fela spiritual guidance, and he, on the other hand, popularized his trade. Fela, the Nigerian Afro-pop singer, traveled with Professor Hindu across the world and performed at his shows.
Just on my be a na competition. Just me din pajamroso and now musician be a friend of Fela and Nikolapo Kuti or a politician or side challenger or the African name say who African for ya respect to that it bring no Egypt the develop best the best have baby and the me ko proof na brofum se womu ni mesaso aman ade a me ye ya abro wom so Nigeria na ye wo my be a friend Pella on no top Nigeria na me ko beat competition na ma chance ne ba na ko e and the competition ba bia me ko bia competition ba no se nyi nyina na ye frɛ tra ho se mu mehia na de meye bia na ye ka wo mu abakwasam ho. Who said no to Nigeria say on cancer Nigeria have for a long time been the magical powers like famous Professor Pella Adedeku Bruno 77. But recently watch a show the greatest the past few years in Lagos, Professor Kuade, former known as Professor Hindu. And so I'll continue also watch the magician, Professor Hindu.
Professor Hindu tells GBC 24 about other people who patronized his services, and to a surprise he mentioned pastors.
Adekura na mija ye say team bia be fa pen a am wabo ma the next team bi a am be fa no the team na am be fa no hu park ya when say the team na be fa bi kwan bi e fa so an hwe be pa mo park e pa mo me ye Kristo ni na me nheda nko aso mom ne mom adamfo bi ti aso na mdi na chi sa wa sankragua na so no ye fa me ko e preaching ma na me ade say Anuna na make a chon will be a sabi, assist me to say, very university. The second students in the child me could the lecturers. So won't fear what deeper now could tear will be a small baby so I suffer no I can't some no never to me for an occasion metier. And don't mean quite on them, sir. I make quite a university some great preaching.
GBC 24 spoke to some residents in the Fantinian Kumasi community who were quick to admit that the work of some pastors is no different from that of Professor Hindu.
Hindu de minim no wabra na misa a o she adwuma na senyina na me no e madamfo menyine beto no o e madamfo pa nti zo kwa Ivory Coast ni ade nyina no baaye no e kire de so be yosofo na Bible quotation bia no ade mana ontumi nka.
I believe what Professor Hindu was doing, you know, whether it was for the omnipotent God or the lesser gods, it was good for humanity, and we should have upheld it and then leave to the tenants of whatever he was doing. It would have helped us to push the nation forward. The white man comes to Ghana or Africa just to learn our destiny, and then they transfer it to their place and they call it voodoo. They perform over there. Some of them have come to learn how to perform this priesthood, and you see that they do wonders when you go there. That's what they've been using as their black magic.
Near to see a swear yard or power. That time the near to see Hindu yard, your pa, not the womb. Be a difference in him. As often saying you're a magician. The Malatona, my humic, and I say magician, and the air. The dear in a number of coffin. Many men in his idea was no quack of him, Mr. I saw friend they said you who saw me a magician, pa Bible no more to so Hindu man have been no more yen. Magician have been no more yen. Bible no more to so keke. I saw Fubimo.
Professor Indy, dear, it's a very long time. At that time, name said me crown Miss but I heard say, oh yeah, magic baby. He was a magician. And then time non so no like obey to me on my lotto numbers. He can give you a lot of lotto numbers and then things like could the problem be qua or to me some money at this or to me some money at the and to the level of obey to me crown my bound when you are Barry searching for a baby, those kind of things.
Vitamin quite a brimmer matching car. Me put not me worry me could not mean say and I'm Kopum say be by ya. Me ya me ho ade no baby. Na ma me hu say na nananom. Bible dey kapapa quotation bi eni ho a obusa na wo hu. Wo ka Bible masem kra kire no na say asem no wo tia na obetena wo. Yen fa say bi ya oyanyame nipa. Ebi ono so na do ma kire nyame de kire.
Professor Hindu admitted that lack of sponsorship has slowed down his work.
The American yema wiroho kese pa say young Africans and Ghana for your told you only what dear because it's be a video says you breaking a train and we are near you see Hindu only promoters in Yabi. So see I can say you know can say who am I quite na recommendation you correct na or recommending my obia in some year no range my cra conference center na see Hindu bar a dinner taste war by the scale between crampono ubedu or grand takes nasa.
The 83-year-old witch doctor has 3 wives and 12 children. He says he's not happy about the lack of recognition in society.